We've got a huge episode today with two massive matches that could very well decide what league we're playing in next season. So let's just get right to it. Welcome back, everyone, to episode 21 of the return of 1860 Munich. How are you doing? I'm Mr. Cellophane, and since the last episode where we saw a draw against Ingolstadt and a win over Paderborn on the road, we did drop our first match in a very long time in the league. 2-3 to Hanover at home. Then we went away and beat Jan Regensburg 2-1. Drew Darmstadt 98 at home. Our home form as of late has not been fantastic. Went back on the road with a 2-0 victory over Hansa Rostock and then lost again at home. This time to Eintracht Braunschweig 3-1. They were basically all over us. We went down 1-0 early. Rezart Izeni came and tied it up in the 26th minute before he went off with an injury. And then Eintracht Braunschweig just added on 2 and really just took us to the cleaners. But we did end up the in-between time with a 2-0 away victory against Sandhausen in front of 13,600 fans. We've got matches coming up against Bochum and Fortuna Düsseldorf. And as we talked in the tease, massive games. Why? This is why. We are currently sitting 5th in the league, just 1 point out of a playoff spot. Bochum is on our heels. They are 1 point behind us. Fortuna Düsseldorf is 1 point ahead of us in 4th. So massive 6-pointers, which could decide whether we have a chance as we hit this final stretch of the season on making the potential playoffs to maybe be a Bundesliga squad next year. We've certainly exceeded expectations, so we didn't really tinker too much with the squad over the January transfer window. In fact, most of our activity revolved around just loaning out some young players, trying to get them some additional playing time. Names like Milos Kosic, Max Jägerbrauer, Kurt Pestel, and Lukas Kaminski, all on either our U19 side or on our B team. We moved them out. So we didn't actually end up selling any players, and we only bought one. We got him from Eintracht Braunschweig. We needed a backup left back for a couple of reasons. One, we had made a promise earlier on in the year to Finn Lachenmacher that we were going to improve the position, and Victor Almo, bringing him in, wasn't enough. Filip Antovski was playing in the position, but he did pick up an injury, so we needed an additional backup left back, and we found Felix Koninghaus. Now, his numbers don't necessarily show it, but he is really good with the ball. Calm, cool, collected, doesn't lose tackles. In fact, he doesn't even get tackled. He's able to always move the ball in plenty of time. He's excellent on the training pitch, and in 9 matches for us, 6 of them starts because Almo was also out with injury. A 7.03 rating and a pair of assists. Not too shabby. We did spend 325,000 euros on him, but he has paid dividends. He is going to be on the bench for the match against Bochum coming up right now. Still some injuries that we are dealing with in the squad, so we've had to kind of shuffle the lineup a little bit. Patrick Sondheimer is going to be out for the next couple of weeks. He suffered a twisted ankle. Rezart Izeni, who had played so well at striker when Finn Lachenmacher was out, he's going to be out for a couple of weeks with a groin strain that was suffered in that Sandhausen victory. And Victor Almo just coming back from an injury. We're not sure if he's going to be able to make it through the entire game. This is going to be his first start back in quite a while. He is going to be in there as the left back next to a middle pair of Najar and Papadopoulos. Zvigel is going to be on the right-hand side with Kretzmar in goal. Taylor Duman has shifted back into that defensive midfielder position. The wings are Albion Vernetzi and Conte. Kobylanski and Kanga in a more advanced midfield position with Finn Lachenmacher up top. And as we mentioned, we do have Felix Koninghaus on the bench just in case as we take on a Bochum side that is playing pretty well as of late as well. They have won 2 of their last 3, but some losses mixed in there. Currently sitting in 6th place, just 1 point behind us. We want to pick up where we left off after that Sandhausen game, get things going, and hopefully string together a couple of more wins for the Lions, which could potentially push us into that playoff spot, or at least keep us in contention as we move toward the final 2 months of the season. It's 1860 Munich at home, hosting Bochum in 6th place on 45 points. We've got 46, and we are underway, and we're hoping that the offense continues. Duman delivering the corner, and Papadopoulos popping in his first of the year off of the near post 6 minutes in. I love taking an early 1-0 lead. I love taking advantage of the set pieces. I love when we finally get our big center back to do what we brought him in to do. And now a final third throw, and I love these, almost throwing it across. Najar can't get his head on it, and Bochum is able to clear. Zvigel is going to come up and collect, push it up that right-hand side. Throwing it forward, he's got Conte, but Cone steps in. Omari, and then ends up getting played back to the goalkeeper, sending it long. Zvigala, Papadopoulos, now to Talon. Back for Papadopoulos. Right wing feed for Conte. Pushing it ahead. He's got Kanga. Kanga into the middle. Finn Lockenmacher. Nice play by Finn Lockenmacher, picking up his 13th goal of the year. It is so good to have him back, which does create some selection issues. We do have a lot of guys on this squad that we do want to see getting playing time, so we are rotating players in and out as much as humanly possible. Kanga with a brilliant feed gets past 3 Bochum defensemen, and Finn Lockenmacher able to put the one-timer home far post. 2-0 is the lead, and looking at the live table, not a lot of matches going on right now. It's just us and Hanover leading Jan Regensburg 1-0. We are currently sitting in 3rd place, although Nuremberg and Fortuna Dusseldorf will both have games in hand on us where they could potentially leapfrog us back into 5th. The Lions are doing what they need to do. And that's what's the most important part. When you get to this point of the season, yes, you rely on other teams to do things, win or lose games as you need them to. But really, the most important thing is that you take care of your own business. And right now, 1860 Munich is doing just that. Kanga in the box, far post, off of the post, and in for his 5th goal of the year. Christian Conte picking up the assist. And 37.5 minutes or so into this match, it is 3-0, 1860 Munich, and we're really making them pay along that right-hand side. Conte and Kanga, this time Lockenmacher was not in as advanced a position, so Kanga took it himself, beats the goalkeeper, 3-0. We're doing what we need to do in this match. 6 shots, 5 of them on target, 3 of them finding the back of the net, so we're going to let the team know just how happy we are, and we are going to leave everything alone, and it's going to be exactly as it was before. Kirk with a free kick, headed on and over. So first real good opportunity of the match for Bochum, and they still cannot find the target. Only 3 shots on goal, and we are 50 minutes into this contest. As Kretzmar sends it long. Lockenmacher knocks it back for Talon. Flipping it forward. He's got Kanga behind the defense. Kanga is in, tries to chip Riemann, and unfortunately he can't do it. Riemann coming out of his goal around that 6-yard box, able to grab that down and make a fairly easy play. 60 minutes or so in, we are going to make a change. We're going to have Victor Almo come off, again, coming back from the injury. We don't want to aggravate anything. We don't want to lose him for any more time. So Koninghaus is in. I'd love for you guys to see just how he is on the ball, but we haven't gotten a highlight yet. We've got some players that may be getting a little bit tired, although they look like they're feeling really good. The fitness is there for 1860 Munich, so I think most of our team is going to see things out, but with just over 10 minutes to go, we will make a couple of changes now that I've said all that. Tim Valbrecht is going to come in and replace Talon Duman. Christian Conte has done yeoman's work, so Eunice Atemer will come and play for him. We're going to give Stefan Lex an opportunity up top as well. Give him some game time. He really hasn't really been in there. I don't know if he's going to have enough time to truly make an impact. Was injured for a while as well, so he was unavailable for selection. But let's see what we can do. Koninghaus gets it back from Venezzi, whips it in, but Lasella is able to clear it out. Hoffmann playing it forward off of the header, but Zvigala able to track that back. Najar finds Valbrecht. Ahead, Kanga. Kobylanski, Stefan Lex, left wing feed for Vernetzi, pushing it in toward the box. Kanga heads it on with the brace, his 6th goal of the year to make it a 4-0 1860 Munich lead. And will that be where we end up? 3 minutes of added time, turnover in the box. Manu heads home his 1st of the year. Of course he scores his 1st of the year. And we were on the brink. 12 clean sheets so far for Kretzmar this season. He's on the brink of setting a team record. And unfortunately, it was Koninghaus who had it taken away. All those beautiful things that I said about him before the match. And that one was unfortunately his fault. Still, a 4-1 victory is a nice victory. Manu scoring in the 2nd minute of added time to spoil the clean sheet. Didn't really spoil the game, but kind of tempered my excitement just a little bit. And with that win, the Lions move into that playoff spot, sitting on 48 points. We're still 12 off the top of the table. There's only 8 matches left to go. Winning the league really isn't in the cards. We would basically have to win out and have Hanover completely go in the dumpster. Mainz do the same thing. We're 6 points behind them for 2nd place. So it's really that 3rd place playoff spot that we are competing for. I do like our chances, though, if we make our way into the playoffs. We're going to see how Nuremberg and Fortuna Dusseldorf do in this match, which will set up our matchup 1 week from today against that very team in Fortuna Dusseldorf that we're trying to kind of keep at bay. Well, they say that when it rains, it pours. In the 9 days between today's matchup against Fortuna Dusseldorf and last week's contest against Bochum, 2 new players have been injured. Backup winger Yunus Etamer, big prospect, hasn't been getting a ton of playing time because we have a lot of experience in that position right now. He tore a thigh muscle. He's out for the next 2 to 3 months, so he is done for the rest of the season. Also, a backup defenseman, Jeremy Landu, pulled a hamstring, strained a hamstring. We're still evaluating that. He's going to be out for probably the next 2 to 3 weeks. On top of that, we are currently sitting in 4th place, 4 points now out of the playoff position. Nuremberg won not once, but twice, so we are going to be playing our game in hand. It is going to come against Fortuna Dusseldorf. They have fallen down into 6th, still just 1 point behind us. Bochum just won their matchup, so still a nice logjam in and around that playoff position, but we must win this match for the opportunity to maybe have a shot at that playoff position. Only 7 matches to go in the season after this week, so each and every one of them needs to count. Luckily for us, our road form has been spectacular. 2 main changes in the lineup for the matchup on the road against Fortuna Dusseldorf. Kretzmar, of course, is going to be in goal. Koninghaus is going to start at left back. I feel that he's generally been better there. I know he made the mistake that led to the singular goal at the very end of the last match, but he has shown me quite a bit. Zvigel is going to be on the right, Najar and Papadopoulos in the middle. Papadopoulos picking up his 1st goal of the season just last week. Kovac is going to slot in the defensive midfield position. Vernetzi and Conte staying on the wings. Kanga's going to move over to that left advanced position. Talon Duman is going to come up to replace Martin Kobylanski, who frankly was invisible in the last game, and of course leading the line and leading the team with 13 goals in the 2nd Bundesliga is Finn Lachenmacher, as we're looking to take on Fortuna Dusseldorf. We've won 3 in a row, I believe, on the road, possibly 4. I'd have to double check that. We've won 3 of our last 5. Fortuna Dusseldorf, though, is coming in on a 5-match unbeaten streak. But again, we just want to pick up where we left off as we take on Ronald Brunmeier and his squad at Fortuna Dusseldorf. We're going to be in our white kits with the light blue pants. Fortuna Dusseldorf in the red. And we are underway at Merkerspiel Arena in front of nearly 44,000. And that's not good. Oh, that's not good. We lose Finn Lachenmacher 3.5 minutes into this contest. Jardel Kanga is going to move into his spot. And we have no choice, but Martin Kobylanski's got to come in. 6.5 rating in the last match. Really didn't do much of anything. But we need him. Go out there and make a difference and pray that Finn Lachemacher is going to be okay. Nothing like making a substitution 3 minutes in, and then the first highlight is for the opposition. Cunninghouse clearing it away. Kabrodnik in the middle, and what a save by Tom Kretzmar. Whew. That shot came in like a rocket. Kretzmar reacting like a cheetah, diving to his right, and hanging on to that one. God, the Finn Lachemacher injury. Hopefully that does not come back to haunt us. And that is not the moment that decides that we are going to be in the second Bundesliga for another year. Please, please, FM, give us the chance to at least compete through the end of the year and possibly, maybe, through our hard work, secure promotion into the Bundesliga. 5 minutes remaining here in the first half. Most of this half has been all Fortuna Dusseldorf. They're going to have a corner kick now. Gaetano sending it, looking far post, but Kretzmar coming off his line to make a fantastic grab. Sending it long, I think looking for Kanga. I guess he was the closest player. Koninghaus will track back for it, and he loses possession. Bad touch, loses possession, headed on and over, so luckily, it doesn't come back to haunt us, but he played great in those matches that you guys didn't see. I swear. I swear. We've hit the half, and we're being outshot by a factor of 4, 12-3. We haven't hit the target yet, but somehow we are leading in possession. I wonder how that works. Yeah, you weren't creative enough, not positive. All right, we've made Niko Kovac a little anxious, so you know what, Nico, you're done. Daniel Vine, the veteran, is going to come in and play. Vine has not played a lot lately, so his sharpness is going to be a little bit off, but maybe it will spur him into action, knowing that he has something to prove. I don't know. Possibly. Svigel is going to collect. He's got Conte. A little bit of a knock, so Conte may be coming off. Kobylanski, left wing feed for Vernetzi. He finds Kanga, and Kanga finds the waiting arms of Damen. Not a good finish at all. And this is already going to be our third substitution, just 55 minutes in. But Conte picking up the injury. Stefan Lex will actually come in at striker. We're going to move Kanga back there. Kanga can play pretty much all over the attacking midfield position, so he's going to take that spot. Stefan Lex is going to get some time up front. We're going to have faith in him as well. And we're going to hope that our team can get something done. A draw is not going to be good enough. It's going to put us 3 points behind Nuremberg. We really, really, really need to keep pace, but that's just not something that we've really been successful with. You know, again, 2 steps forward, 2 steps back. Gaetana, Altari, again, can't hit the target. So we're getting very lucky that the heading of Fortuna Dusseldorf has been substandard so far in this match. And as I say that, they make like 3 heading passes in a row. Vernetzi is going to collect it, though, in the midfield, drop it back for Koninghaus, who makes an errant pass to Taylon Duman. God, why are you making me look like such an idiot? Like I don't know anything about football. I mean, I really don't. Nice play by Vernetzi. Looking for the switch of play, trying to find Kanga. He can't. Iloya finds Gaetano. Dusseldorf doesn't really have the numbers, but Gaetano just able to kind of roam free, putting it in the middle, and Emmanuel Iloya is going to put home his 5th goal of the year. And 68 minutes in, we've gone down 1-0 and not really looking like we are doing much of anything. Victor Olmo will come in and play in that left wing position. It is a position that he knows doesn't play it a ton. But in fact, you know what? We're going to move him back. We're going to move Kobylanski there, and we're going to bring in Max Rosenfelder to take the place of Koninghaus, because Koninghaus is just making me look bad. He's going to spend the next 22 minutes or so on the bench. 16-5, the shots in favor of Fortuna Dusseldorf, but the number that counts is 1-0, and that's where they lead. I mean, they are at home. It's not unexpected, but right now they're sitting ahead of us on the table, so we will have moved absolutely nowhere, even though we picked up a very convincing win against Bochum, as Vine puts it in, knocked away. Kanga taking it outside of the box, pushing it forward. Papadopoulos is there, and he finds the top corner, but is he offside? They're going to check it, VAR, and it counts. Back-to-back games with goals for Antonios Papadopoulos. He did one with his head. This one, he picks out the top corner far post with 12 and a half minutes left in this match to equalize it at 1. I mean, a draw, I guess, is going to be okay. Although, you know, about 6 minutes left. We do have a highlight thrown forward. Stefan Lex, though. Altari playing it ahead in the jar. Rosenfelder can't catch up to it. Kwabadnik. Peterson is in, and he hits the post. Olmo will clear. Get a little help from Kobylanski, but Sobotka able to gather for Fortuna Dusseldorf. Less than 5 minutes left. Every time I think we're getting a highlight for us, it's not really. And hopefully the same goes the other way, as Fortuna Dusseldorf is going to send it long. Kretzmar will grab it. He is going to be shadowed. The pressure is on a little bit here from Fortuna Dusseldorf. The long ball goes nowhere. Rosenfelder, though, knocks it down. Kobylanski's got it. Reverses field. Pushes it wider. Drops it for Najar. Waits. Olmo. Kobylanski. Feeds Rosenfelder. Knocked off by Krabonik. And Orman has got it. You remember Orman? If you're pay attention to the Twitch save, you know Orman. Throwing ahead. Gitano is there. Feeding a Yoya. But Kretzmar in perfect position to make the stop. 5 minutes added on. Vine with the free kick. Sends it in. Ihoya clears it. Lex is there. Drops it for Kanga. Flipping it forward. Lex chasing after it, but Clara is there. To the goalkeeper. Sent long looking for Lazetic. Can't find him, but Peterson grabs the clearance. Hendricks flipping it ahead. Zvigala's got it. Back and forth. Papadopoulos. Duman throwing it long. He's got Kanga. Kanga's got a man in the middle as he pushes forward. Gets in front of everybody in the middle. Stefan Lex puts it home. His first of the year in the 3rd minute of added time to give 1860 Munich the 2-1 lead. Kanga showing his speed. I'm so glad I decided to move him back there and bring Stefan Lex into the middle. Throws it. The goalkeeper makes the initial save. The rebound pops straight to Stefan Lex, who is only 4 yards out. Easily pots the goal home to give the Lions the 2-1 victory. We went down 1-0, and I was being fatalistic. I was like, there it goes. There's our shot. Late game heroics by Papadopoulos and Stefan Lex makes it 3 in a row for 1860 Munich. And with that win, we find ourselves once again just 1 point out of the playoff spot, but now 4 points clear of our nearest competition in Bochum and Fortuna Dusseldorf. But we can't sleep on Arminia Bielefeld. They're just 1 point behind them. Eintracht Braunschweig with an outside chance in 8th place right now, sitting on 44 points. And sadly, we've gotten the worst news that we could possibly have gotten. Finn Lachenmacher, damaged cruciate ligaments, out for 7 to 9 months. We're just going to have to make do with everybody else that we've got. But our starting striker, 24 starts, 13 goals, done for the year, and the start of next. Well, who said Football Manager was easy? If you like that, please give us a big thumbs up. Make sure that you like and subscribe. And if you subscribe, turn on your notifications so you know when the next episode is going to drop. When we come back, we'll see where we stand as we make our push toward the end of the year. Not going to tell you exactly what game we're coming back for because just don't know yet. We're going to have to keep an eye on the situation. If we do have a chance to clinch that playoff spot, we will certainly be back earlier. Otherwise, things start to look like they're going to fall apart. We'll be back for the end of the year. Finn Lachenmacher. Oi.